From Big Boy Arena in Fraser, Michigan, the Port Huron Prowlers begin their season on the road against their new in-state rivals, the Motor City Rockers. Good evening, everyone. My name is Will Wiggleman. I'm here to take you through the entire Prowler season, all 56 games, and it starts here tonight with the brand new FPHL expansion franchise, the Motor City Rockers, who joined the Prowlers in the state of Michigan, giving the Prowlers their first in-state rival since the 2019-20 season when the Battle Creek Rumblebees played. They only got one win their entire season. Prowlers went 7-0 against them, and looking for some similar results starting here against Motor City. So the Rockers, they were supposed to join the league in the 2020-21 season, but unfortunately with the COVID-19 pandemic, things got messed up, and the Rockers got tossed on the scrap heap, as did many plans because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but they were revived by a new ownership group and now getting ready to play their first game here at Big Boy Arena. Players just about 5 minutes away from taking the ice, and we will have all of that for you. Game coming up very shortly, but first, a word from the Doubletree by Hilton.
Adventures await you at the award-winning Doubletree by Hilton Port Huron. Experience the breathtaking view of sailboats and freighters, framed against the background of the impressive Blue Water Bridge, all from the comfort of your elegant guest room balcony. Planning a wedding? The Doubletree by Hilton has the perfect setting to celebrate a marriage with its wonderful landscaping and beautiful reception area. So whether it's a romantic getaway, a family vacation, or a company outing, sweeten it with a view to remember at the Doubletree by Hilton Port Huron.
Back here at Big Boy Arena. Intro getting ready, underway here as the fans streaming in. Lots of Prowlers fans around here, and we have a great matchup for you tonight as the Rockers and the Prowlers come into this one. Let's tell you about the Prowlers coming into this one. Last season, they finished 6 out of 7 in the FPHL and ended up getting swept in the first round, a best-of-3 series against the Carolina Thunderbirds. 2 one-goal games, one of them in overtime. And that ended the Prowlers season. Coming back this year with a bit of a different-looking group, especially on the defensive end, as we take you to the lineup for tonight's games. These are our projected lines. We have Joe Devony, Evan Foley, and Larry Vartiainen, the top line. Vartiainen and Devony getting a lot of work together in training camp. Joe Devony, a very talented player, great hands, and he can really play, and he should be a great setup guy for Vartiainen and Evan Foley centering down the middle between these two talented guys. Vartiainen last year, 11 goals, 29 points in 35 games, while Joe Devony, he spent most of last year in the SPHL, 10 points in 33 games. He also had 10 points in 6 games with the Delaware Thunder in the FPHL. Second line, Sam Merritt, Matt Graham, and Dalton Jay. Some of the best players in Prowlers history, Dalton Jay and Matt Graham. Both of them took over spots in franchise history last year. Jay taking the top spot in goals and points, and Matt Graham taking the top spot in assists. Dalton Jay sitting just 8 goals shy of 200 in his FPHL career. It might not happen this weekend, but certainly early in the season, we expect him to hit that milestone. Third line is going to be the starting line tonight. It's going to be Austin Weber, Dakota Ulmer, and Austin Federley, the Port Huron native. He's played defense a lot over the past couple of years, but he gets to move back up to his natural position at forward. He's starting on right wing tonight. The extra forward is the birthday boy, Sam Gagnon. He's a pro rookie out of Westfield State and Franklin Pierce University, and he'll be the extra forward tonight. On defense, the starters are Frank Schumacher and the captain Dustin Henning. Schumacher coming in with a lot of experience. He's played in the OHL, the USHL, and the QMJHL over his career. He's also had 197 games of SPHL experience, 14 goals, 45 assists, 59 points in those 197 games. Also on defense, we have Alex Johnson and Gino Mini paired together, and then Brian Parsons, who returns to the Prowlers after a 1-year absence. He's paired with Adam Hainzel, a rookie Czech defenseman. He's a guy who likes to throw the body a lot. We'll see if he can establish the tempo early here. He's paired with Brian Parsons. In goal, we have the rookie Danik Rodrigue, getting the start for Matt Graham's club. He comes in after a season at Iowa State where he played just 6 games, but had a perfect 5-0-0 record, a ridiculous .57 goals against average, and a .966 save percentage to go along with 3 shutouts. He's also played a few seasons with the OCN Blizzard a couple of years before that. The backup tonight is Richard Shipman, a familiar name for Prowlers fans. Well, they're announcing the starting lineups. Now let's give you the starters for the Motor City Rockers coming into this one. The forwards are going to be Artem Alekin, Brad Reeder, and Tommy Cardinal. The defense, Mike Wynn and Brandon Contrato. And in goal, Trevor Babin, former member of the Delaware Thunder, led the FPHL in losses last year with 24, but he also led the league in saves with 1,467. He is a great goaltender. His record certainly did not do him justice last year, and we'll see what he can do behind a Motor City defense. We'll take you down to ice level for tonight's national anthem. And with that, we are all set to go here. This is the first game of the 2022-23 FPHL season league-wide. There is an exhibition game going on today between Mississippi and Columbus, but this is the first real game, official game, and it happens here in the state of Michigan between the Port Huron Prowlers and the Motor City Rockers. Let's get you more in depth with this goaltending matchup. We mentioned Danik Rodrigue, the 22-year-old from Quebec City out of Iowa State University. 6 games last year, was 5-0-0, 0.57 goals against average, and a .966 save percentage with 3 shutouts. Ridiculous numbers. And on the other side, Trevor Babin, we mentioned he was much better than his record indicates last year, playing with the Delaware Thunder. 724-0 with a 5.50 goals against average and an .891 save percentage. He led the league with 1,467 saves. He lines up in the net to our right. After a few long months, a long summer, the FPHL season about to get underway. Both teams getting set to go. The doors are closed. Rockers having a quick meeting at their bench. Prowlers all set to go. You see Weber, Federley, and Ulmer out there, the starters. It looks like the Rockers putting out a few different starters than we thought. Tim Perks out there along with Ross Bartlett. And on the other side, Derek Makima. The 2022-23 FPHL season is underway. Perks trying to get the clear, and Schumacher keeps him from dumping it in. Perks on the second opportunity, backhands it deep. Rodrigue out of his goal to play it. That's his first touch as a pro. Dustin Henning slowing things down, the captain of this Prowlers team. He's in 10th FPHL season. The first shot on goal, rebound pushed just wide by Weber. And now Rockers trying to come out. The Prowlers recording the first shot on goal this season. And it's Austin Federley who gets it. Toe drag in, doesn't go. And now Joe Devony fresh off the bench. He's shouldered off by Alekin. Now Hainsel turning in his own end. Got as far as the point, Contrato's shot blocked. And Parsons just pushes it out of the zone. Dumped back in by Wynn. Rodrigue again out to play. He's got pressure, moves it quickly. Kept in again by Wynn at the line. That time too far, and Wynn loses it. Hainsel tried to push it up, stopped at the red line, and back come the Rockers. It's Thompson. That's Everett Thompson. Elias Thompson is wearing number 8. Everett Thompson wearing number 15. No relation. Parsons tries to dump it up towards Vartiainen, cut off. Prowlers having some trouble getting out of their own end. The first big hit of the game is against Adam Hainsel, and then he takes down his man in Thompson. Thompson's got his stick wrapped up. Meanwhile, play going on behind the net. Gaudette looking for a play towards the slot, deflected away. Set back into the middle, saved by Rodrigue on the in-tight opportunity. Big first save in his FPHL career for Danik Rodrigue. Worked back out to the point. Colton shot save. Rebound pushed away from pressure coming in. Colton keeps it deep. Dancing in now with the puck, Suffredini. Back to the point, shot on. Suffredini couldn't get that all the way through. It's batted on net. Rodrigue has in the catching glove. Good pressure early from the Motor City Rockers. 17:34 still to go in period 1. Prowlers sending out that first line. Graham, Merritt, and Jay with Johnson and Minnie on defense. The Perks line back out for Motor City. Suffredini and Colton, the defenseman. Minnie off the boards and out. Merritt pushed it too far ahead of Jay. So Suffredini trying to dump it right back in. Only gets as far as Johnson. Now Jay trying to get on the move. Turned over here. Here's Matt Graham. Drop from Merritt and a save by Babin. Minnie keeps it in, puts it on goal, steered away by Babin. And touched out of the zone by Makima. Minnie curls behind his own net. Up to Jay, one touch to Graham. But he's got to head back towards Rodrigue. Johnson looking cross ice. Here's Jay getting into the zone. Sends it deep. Poke back towards the line, and now coming out is Alekin. 1-on-2, and Schumacher takes the body, and Henning takes the puck. Henning trying to kick his way with the puck up the boards. Two-side scrum, squirts into the Motor City zone, and sent right back out by Rotondi. Schumacher knocks it down at center, puts it in, Babin out to play it. Sent around, Federley tried to pick it up, couldn't, and squared out towards the middle. Here come the Rockers. Reeder trying to cut in. Rodrigue with the save. Rebound is loose, and Rodrigue just got run over by a member of the Rockers, and Federley taking exception. We got the gloves off. Couple of punches there thrown by Reeder. They're still going, and the referees are going to break them up. Rodrigue is down in his crease. So just under 4 minutes into Danik Rodrigue's FPHL career, he is down, helmet off in the crease after getting absolutely run over. Excuse me, I thought it was Reeder. It's actually Vaughn Clouston. And the trainer coming out to take a look at Danik Rodrigue. He has not moved since he took that shot. Clouston driving the net, got absolutely run over, and Austin Federley immediately throws off his gloves. But tough scene right now, if you're a Prowlers fan. As this early on in the season, you have a goalie down. And it looks like the Rockers are going to get an extra 2 minutes. Rodrigue back to his feet. Getting what looks to be a concussion test here. 4 Rockers out on the ice right now, so it looks like it will be a Port Huron power play. Looks like Wynn out there with Lambden, Contrado, and Gaudette. Cade Lambden, former Prowler, played 37 games with them last year, 19 points. Looks like Rodrigue going to stay in, and the Prowlers send out the top power play unit. Foley, Devony, Minnie, Merritt, and we'll wait to see who the 5th is. It's going to be Frank Schumacher. Foley and Landon in on the draw as the first power play of the season for the Prowlers, and it begins with a Rockers clear. Minnie working into the zone. We'll wait for the official call on the penalty. I'm going to assume it's goaltender interference on Vaughn Clouston. One-time shot by Minnie. He fanned on it and sent all the way back down. Merritt trying to get it in. So Clouston actually gets a charging penalty out of it, and then Federley and Clouston each get 5 for fighting. As that was knocked down by Devony, thought about putting it back on net and now slow things down. Merritt battling in the corner with Wynn. Goes back around to the right wing side and sent back down by Makima. Just under a minute to go on the Prowlers power play. Makima cuts that off at the line, back on goal, and now Schumacher looks like he's going to go. He shoved a Rocker into Rodrigue, so tough few minutes for Danik Rodrigue. And it looked like it was Ross Bartlett causing trouble in front. And Frank Schumacher is going to pick up the cross-checking penalty. That evens things up with 47 seconds to go on the Prowlers power play. Just over 5 minutes in to the FPHL season. Still no score here at Big Boy Arena. So Graham and Lambden on the face-off. They're having a conversation there, familiar with each other.
Number 27, Frank Schumacher.
And now we get set.
Prowlers number 27, 2-minute minor, cross-checking.
Referee still double checking and making sure everything's in order. Not sure what they could be looking at here. I think they're trying to move Schumacher's penalty over to the correct side. As they had Schumacher's penalty and Clauston's penalty listed on the same side of the scoreboard. They're hanging above center ice. Trying to fix that. Everett Thompson was being helpful in the box. Trying to help them out. And now we get the face-off tie-up. And it squirts to Johnson. Alex Johnson gets skated himself. Here's Johnson into his zone, shoots! That one over top and out of play. And we'll take a quick timeout. No score, just over 5 minutes in from Motor City. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the Prowlers YouTube channel. Back here at Big Boy Arena, still no score early on in the first period between the Rockers and Prowlers. Offensive zone face-off for the Prowlers, but Graham loses it, and Suffredini gets set to exit the zone. Gets the pass back up to Perks. Perks moves in, shoots in and out of the glove of Rodrigue. Henning clears it to the sidewall. Graham can't control the bouncing puck. Now Johnson back to Henning. Long pass up towards Jay, deflected in to the Rockers' end. Badman behind the net, gives off to Suffredini. Dante Suffredini takes a hit from Jay as he moves that puck. Bartlett trying to move down low towards Perks, couldn't get it there. Perks in front. Rodrigue took some contact as he made that save. No call, but tough early few minutes for Danik Rodrigue. Gets run over a couple of times and took a little bit more contact there. Henning sends it all the way down as Prowlers now on the PK. 50 seconds left on that PK, 13:40 to go in the first period. Bartlett all the way across and sent deep by Makima. Bartlett out to the top. Shot save, rebound, slipped through Bartlett's legs. Contrado with that blast from the point, and Foley sends it deep. Contrado starting the breakout. Wynn moving up left wing. Tried to clap bomb, got blocked. Knocked down, but not out. Perks walks in, shoots, save, rebound, push to the corner. And now Parsons as Schumacher gets ready to come out of the box. Parsons taking it himself, and the backhander dribbles to the corner. Rockers trying to come back as we're back to five-a-side hockey with 12:42 to go in the first period. Turnaround shot. Blocker down by Rodrigue. Henning has it in the corner. Kick back towards Henning. That was Ulmer. And here is Dakota Ulmer with the puck. He'll try to skate it himself. Gets through a couple of Rockers. Dakota Ulmer's on his way. Into the zone. Takes the shot. Globes by Babin. And he'll hold on for a face-off with 12:16 to go. Little extracurricular activity in the Rockers' end. Austin Weber involved. And he'll head back to his bench as the Foley line heads out for the Prowlers, with Hansel and Schumacher, the defenseman now. Foley lining up with Landon at the faceoff dot. Faceoff taken by the Rockers, and Gaudette trying to go across the ice, couldn't do it. Suffredini, second chance opportunity, gets it out of the zone. Landon trying to outrace Hansel, and Adam Hansel pushes him off the puck, but Gaudette first on it. Work back to the point. Thompson, across shot, knocked down by Rodrigue. Comes over towards Devony, and Joe Devony has a break. A little bit of space, tries to dance towards the middle, but defended well by Colton. Schumacher puts it back on goal, deflected! Babin wasn't sure if he had it, but he did, as Evan Foley tried for a little poke there at the end. And we'll have another face-off in the Rockers' end. Shots right now 13-5 in favor of the Rockers. Still no score for either side. 11:36 to go in the first period. Graham Barrett and Jay coming out against the Perks line for Motor City. Here's Matt Graham. Back to the point. Johnson, wrist shot, goes wide. Might have been deflected. Turnaround shot, Merritt couldn't get a handle on that bouncing puck. Rockers gonna try and clear here. Bartlett all the way across to the right wing side to Contrado. Flipped in towards Rodrigue. He'll glove it and hold on. Now face off in the Prowlers' end. Some good opportunities there for the Prowlers, but still getting outshot here, 14-6. As the Rockers decide to change that forward line, it's Reeder heading out there with Cardinal and looks like Alekin on the right wing. Contrado fires wide. Rodrigue plays it off the boards. Johnson tries to send it up the right wing side towards Jay. Win at the point, tried to find a stick, couldn't. And now Minnie. Prowler's trying to force it out. Here's Johnson, could have numbers if he could control that puck, but he couldn't. And now it's a 2-on-0 for the Rockers. Set back across, and Johnson coming back with a big back check to break that one up. No shot on goal on the 2-on-0 for Motor City, but it looks like Alex Johnson might be getting a penalty for that. It's a penalty you have to take, though, if you're Alex Johnson. As he heads to the box. They give him a roughing penalty, so it may have happened in the corner after he broke up that rush. But a 2-on-0 from about the blue line for the Rockers. And Alex Johnson with a heroic back check to break it up. Face-off won by the Rockers as they look to set up. Backdoor pass, saved by Rodrigue. Prowlers looking to go the other way. Here's Foley. Wayne getting back. Foley a shot. Dropped by Babin, and he covers up. And now Ulmer and Lambden getting into it a little bit. So that knocked off as a sliding rocker ended up knocking it off its pegs. Everyone seems to be okay. But the Prowlers getting an offensive zone face-off just 13 seconds into this penalty kill. Ulmer, Foley, Henning, and Schumacher are the killers for the Prowlers. pair of 15s, Ulmer and Everett Thompson for the faceoff, and Ulmer play it into Foley's feet. And now the Rockers gain back control. Everett Thompson gets it deep. And Henning takes the loose puck. Tried to clear, not out. Turnaround shot by Thompson goes wide. Landon tried to play it off the boards. Here is Cade Landon. Tried to reverse down low. Suffredini at the point. Colton thought about the shot and still pass it off. In front, and Rodriguez shut down the post. Prowlers clear. We'll get a change. Federally first in on the forecheck off the bench. He's paired with Weber, Minnie, and Parsons, the defense for the Prowlers on this penalty kill. Perks drops it off. Suffredini skates at it at the point, turning with it. Dante Suffredini down low. That pass back up to the top, pulled in. Suffredini couldn't handle the hot pass. And now Perks. Taken away by Parsons. Up the boards. Two-side scrum there. 24 seconds left on the penalty. Bartlett trying to come out in front. Pushed off by Minnie. And Rodriguez has it under his blocker. And Minnie giving Bartlett another shove, and Bartlett giving it right back. We're broadcasting here in the stands from Big Boy Arena with 9 minutes to go in the first period, and we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the Prowlers YouTube page. .8:59 to go here in the first period from Big Boy Arena. No score yet between the Prowlers and the Motor City Rockers. 19 seconds to go on Alex Johnson's roughing penalty. Just one shot so far on this Motor City power play, and it belongs to Evan Foley. As faceoff won back by Graham and cleared down by Minnie. Babin waiting for his defense help, and he gets it. Final seconds ticking off the penalty clock. So Rockers clear their own end. Sent towards the middle, gets all the way through to Perks. Try to go in front, couldn't find Clausen's stick. Prowlers heading up the other way. Here's Dalton J. Drop for Johnson. Tried to push it towards the net, couldn't do it. J. Tried to force it in front. Now sent up the boards, nobody home as Johnson was deep. It goes back into the Prowlers' end. Rockers making changes. Minnie behind his own net. Gives it to Schumacher. Now Gino Minnie will finish the defensive change. Jay tried to tip pass. Just went right to Motor City. Now Schumacher tried up the boards, turned over. Worked in. Saved by Rodriguez. He got low to stop Reeder on the in-tight opportunity. Good start so far for Danik Rodriguez in his FPHL career. Seen a lot of shots, seen a few bodies, and he's been able to withstand it all. Contrado, wrist shot from the point, gloved and held by Rodrigue. Schumacher and Elias Thompson getting into it a little bit. Elias Thompson in the Great Lakes Hockey League last year with the DePere Deacons. Also played a couple of games with the Delaware Thunder here in the FPHL. Now looking for a more permanent home in the Fed with Motor City. Win, D to Contrado. Shot from the point, save, rebound, pushed away. Vartiainen tried to split the defense, couldn't do it. Schumacher to Henning as the Prowlers regroup. Henning, long pass up towards Devony, knocked away. Vartiainen backing him up, and he gets it deep. Babin out from his goal crease, cut it off. Puck worked in front. Vartiainen couldn't get it towards the net. Rockers trying to come the other way, but Thompson looked over the wrong shoulder. Now Contrado tried to drop it off. Nobody ready for it. And Devony turning up the other way. It's a 1-on-4. Joe Devony couldn't get past the first wave. Prowlers in the midst of a change. Johnson gets it up towards Ulmer. He's cut off by Contrado, but able to get into the zone momentarily. Goes back down. Icing waved off as that hit Johnson's glove. Alex Johnson, long pass up towards Ulmer, hopped over his stick, and Suffredini gets it back into the Prowler end. 6:41 to go in the first period. Still no score from Big Boy Arena, awaiting the first goal of the 2022-23 FPHL season. That's the only regular season game tonight. The Columbus River Dragons and Mississippi Seawolves are playing an exhibition game, but that won't count towards the standings. Austin Weber over to Minnie. He looks up, tried to go to Johnson on the left wing side. Icing waved off as Colton collects behind his own net. Stretch pass all the way up. Parsons there to defend Everett Thompson. He tried to push it towards the front of the net, nobody home. Suffredini a shot, didn't get all the way through. From his knees, Graham gets it out towards Merritt. Sam Merritt deep into the Rocker end. Pass up to Perks, cut off by Graham. And now Jay. Try to work in. Dalton Jay on Suffredini. Put it in front. That went through the goal mouth. Schumacher tried a shot blocked by Colton. Back to the point. Parsons just kept it in. Sends it back towards the net. That also hit Colton. Heads to the corner. Good sustained pressure here from the Prowlers as Merritt goes all the way around the boards. But Makima first on it for Motor City. He gets to Perks. Perks triple team by Prowlers. Now Devony. Pull up move. Gets to Vartiainen. It's his own. He fires. Save by Babin. Rebound. Vartiainen on it first. Trying to put it back towards the goal that hit a Rocker. All the way around the boards. Henning pinches to keep it in. Only could do so momentarily as Rotundi tried to get it out. Still in. Turning with it, Clouston. D to Rotundi. That pass misses everyone, and now Vartiainen can bounce it back into the Rockers' end. 4.5 to go in this first period of a scoreless game here at Big Boy Arena. Devony tried to dance through, finds himself in the left wing corner, tried to put it in front, but Reeder cut it off. 3-on-2 for the Rockers. Reeder across, one-touch pass, shot, missed wide, and came off the boards. That was Alekin who got the opportunity. Now Federley, one-on-one with Wynn. Austin Federley takes the shot into the glove of Trevor Babin, and he'll hold on. Little extracurriculars involving Alex Johnson, and now he's surrounded by Rockers. Gets a little bit of assistance from Gino Mini as the Prowlers defenseman in deep, part of this scuffle. And the three Prowlers forwards on the ice, Ulmer, Federley, and Weber, all hanging out at the blue line. Exactly 4 minutes to go in this first period. And it looks like Gino Mini is headed to the penalty box. And so is a rocker. So it looks like matching penalties shouldn't affect on-ice manpower. And we'll take a quick break. You're watching Prowlers Hockey on the Port Huron Prowlers YouTube channel. Back here at Big Boy Arena, set for an offensive zone faceoff for the Prowlers. Still no score, exactly 4 minutes to go. We're going to play four-side hockey. Fairley and Devony, the two forwards, and pass in front, they score! Joe Devony with the first goal of the 2022-23 FPHL season gets the Prowlers in front. It's 1-0. Great pass by Austin Federley to make that play happen just 4 seconds into the 4-on-4. The Prowlers have broken the tie at Big Boy Arena. So for Joe Devony, it's his first of the FPHL season. First for any player in the FPHL this season. Prowlers looking for more as they get in deep, still 4-on-4. Weber tried to force it towards the middle, couldn't do it. And now Colton working behind his own net. Worked up towards Lambden. Cade Lambden, drop pass, trying to walk in, couldn't get the shot, was gone dead. He forced it back through the slot. Shot from the point by Colton, missed everything. Cycle back down low. Schumacher. Poke through. And now up the right wing boards, here comes Parsons. Brian Parsons, Prowlers defenseman, first on the puck, but Babin steers it away from him. Under a minute to go on these penalties. Merritt tried to force it in front, but he fanned. So Rockers escape that turnover. Perks into the zone. Try to push it down low. Rodriguez kept that puck behind the net. All the way around to the left wing side. Perks and Merritt get there together. Puck squirts towards the middle. And now Merritt, 2-on-1 with Ulmer. Sam Merritt takes the shot himself, and the save by Babin up high. 2-on-2 rush now. Perks with Bartlett, but Henning with a good poke check to get it off of Perks' stick. Johnson gearing up for another rush. Alex Johnson going to take it himself. Gives to Jay. Shot it wide. Graham keeps the puck deep as Both penalties have expired. We're back to five-a-side hockey, under 2 to play in the first period. Dumped all the way around behind the net. Rodriguez gives it to Parsons. Try to wrap it around to the left wing side. Sam Gagnon gets his first touch on the puck in the FPHL. Graham in deep, Gagnon to chase it. Babin stops it. Jay cuts that one off. Dalton Jay, a shot missed wide. Heading on net. Where is it? It's loose. And Babin finds it and covers up. 1:23 to go in the first period. Prowlers with a 1-0 lead. Joe Devony coming back out onto the ice with Foley and Vartiainen. Foley tried to win it back. 50-50 puck won by the Rockers. Comes all the way down, and icing is called, so we'll do it again in the Rockers zone with 1:07 to go in the first period. Joe Devony, the only goal scorer so far in this one. Only goal scorer in the FPHL season so far. Face off, one back towards Wynn. Rockers trying to clear it to Sauce. Up to Gaudette, working on Minnie. Poke check by Minnie on Gaudette. Great play. Prowlers trying to spring some numbers. Devony over to Schumacher in front. Babin kept it into the corner. Comes over to the near side corner as we have 40 seconds to go in the first period. Shot in towards Rodriguez. He'll glove it with 35.9 on the clock. Shots right now 16-13 in favor of Motor City. At one point, that make it 17-13. At one point, it was 14-6 Rockers, but the Prowlers have really come on strong here in the last few minutes, and they have the game's opening goal, Joe Devony, from Austin Federley. Work back to the point. Colton shoots, deflected wide. Turnaround shot blocked by sliding Johnson. That was Reeder just trying to get that bouncing puck back on goal. Alex Johnson blocks it out of play. Defensive zone faceoff for Dakota Ulmer. That's one back by Reeder. Quick shot towards the net. Sent aside by Rodriguez. Cleared out by Federley. Weber trying to be first on it. Got a touch on it, but couldn't get control. 3-on-3 back the other way. Prowlers getting numbers back. Pushed into the corner. 10 seconds to go. Back to the point with 5. Comes over. Backhand try towards the net. Blocked by a sliding Weber. And the first period is done here from Big Boy Arena. The opening period of the 2022-23 FPHL season. And it's Joe Devony, the only one on the scoreboard so far. 1-0. The Prowlers lead the Rockers. We'll have much more in our intermission report, but first, a message from the Prowlers team store. Gear up for the new season at the Prowlers official team store located on the north end of McMorran Arena. The store is open every home game all season long, featuring t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, koozies, and more. Rep your team in style with gear from the Prowlers team store. We'll be right back. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the Prowlers YouTube page. Back here at Big Boy Arena in Fraser, Michigan, the Prowlers holding a 1-0 lead over their new in-state rivals, the Motor City Rockers. Shots on goal from that first period. Rockers with 18, Prowlers with 13. There was a point early on in that first period where it was something like 14-6 in favor of Motor City. Prowlers closed the gap, and late in that period, they get the first goal of the game, and it's Joe Devony picking it up. He scored with 3:56 to go in the first period in 4-on-4 action, assisted by Austin Federley, who made a nice pass from down low, get it to Devony in the slot. He picked the corner, no chance for Trevor Babin. Danik Rodrigue, 18 saves, is what he's being credited with in his first FPHL game, his first pro game, and he's played a big part in why these Prowlers have the lead going into the second period. He took a couple of big hits early on in this game, but kept his composure and had some very good rebound control, and the Prowlers defense also doing very well. Clear away rebounds. Not too many second chance opportunities for the Rockers in that first period. Well, we did have a lot of penalties in that first period. Austin Federley getting on the board with a fighting major. He fought Vaughn Clouston just under 4 minutes in after Clouston steamrolled Rodrigue. Rodrigue was down for a little bit after that collision. Got back up, finished the period. He took another hit a couple minutes later when Frank Schumacher took a cross-checking penalty. He hit Ross Bartlett into Danik Rodrigue. But Rodrigue, again, able to recover. And then a couple of roughing minors spread out throughout the rest of the period. Alex Johnson got one, and then Gino Mini and Tommy Cardinal got matching roughing minors with exactly 4 minutes to go in the first. And that's what led to the 4-on-4 action that Joe Devony was able to open the scoring on. So 1-0 Prowlers as we head into the second period, just under 7 minutes to go until second period puck drop. We will be back for that. You are watching Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the Prowlers YouTube page. second period about to get underway here from Big Boy Arena. Will Wiggleman here with you in the Prowlers broadcast booth, which is here amongst the fans. I'm standing here on the concourse. I'm surrounded by Prowlers and Rockers fans. They've all been very nice to me, I will say that. But no one said anything bad that might go over air. So a good experience here so far at Big Boy Arena. It's been a good experience so far for the Port Huron Prowlers. They hold a 1-0 lead on the strength of Joe Devony's first period goal, assisted by Austin Federley. As the teams switch sides for this second period, the Rockers in their brand new black uniforms, all black with some purple stripes, now going left to right, and the Prowlers in their familiar white uniforms. Those are the only uniforms they are bringing back from last year. There will be some new uniforms. I'm sure everyone saw on social media some teases of the new alternate uniform. A gold alternate uniform. We look forward to revealing that to you tomorrow. But for right now, same starters for the Prowlers as it was to open the game. Weber, Ulmer, and Federley, with Henning and Schumacher on defense. Danik Rodrigue still in the net to our right. Underway here in period number 2. As the puck worked back into the Rockers' end, and they'll start to regroup. Gaudette and Weber got there at the same time, and it's pushed deep into the Prowlers' end. Federley works out, pulls up, and gets it into Motor City ice. Off the glass, back out to center. Schumacher there. Cross corner dump, and Weber in after it. Weber steals the puck in front. Here's Vartiainen, and he couldn't get a piece of it. Couldn't control that hard pass from Ulmer. Great A scoring opportunity, but Larry Vartiainen unable to handle it. Meanwhile, Rodrigue up towards Weber. He's the only one who hasn't changed yet. He took a big hit for getting that puck out of zone. As puck dumped deep. Looks like we might have a delayed call against the Prowlers. And we do. Looks like a high sticking call coming against Port Huron. And it's going to be Weber who ends up with the penalty. It might have come off of that hit over there. Might have gotten his stick up on the follow through of the dump. So the Prowlers back to the penalty kill. Just a minute and 8 seconds into this second period. Merritt, Foley, Parsons, and Johnson, the PK unit, as Lambton and Parsons having a little bit of a stick war here, and referee is going to step in. Lambton is joined by Bartlett, Makima, Contrado, and Wynn on this Motor City power play. Wynn, D to D to Contrado. Worked down low towards Lambton, pushed off by Parsons, and he'll backhand it out. Wynn gives it to Bartlett. Moving in with speed, Ross Bartlett taking it himself. Trying to circle the net. Drops it off, pass in front, blocked. And Parsons takes it. And no penalty here on the stoppage. Net may have come up. And now we have some spearing going on. And the referee's going to take them both. Parsons and Bartlett both going to head to the penalty box. Still not sure what those whistles were about, but they weren't for a penalty. These penalties occurred after play had stopped. But what looked like a grade A opportunity for the Rockers, blocked by a back-checking Evan Foley. He got down to block that pass before it could ever get in front of Danik Rodrigue. Foley out there now with Matt Graham. Alex Johnson and Dustin Henning, the defenseman, on this PK now for the Prowlers as Henning rips it all the way down. Minute 10 to go on the penalty as the Rockers move up ice. Win. Worked up to Alekin. Drop for Cardinal. Spins off. His pass across was way too high for Contrado to handle. Ends up in the corner instead. And now Graham can sauce it down the ice.
Coincidental minor penalties. Port Huron number 16, Brian Parsons. 2-minute minor for roughing. Motor City number 59, Ross Marlin. 2-minute minor for roughing.
Alekin, the Russian native, moving it up to Cardinal. He shoots. Steered aside by Rodrigue. Rockers trying to work it back out in front, can't. Gio Mini, backhand off the boards, just out of Colton's reach, and all the way down with 20 to go on the penalty to Austin Weber. Cut off here by Ulmer at the line. Ulmer in front. Jay was tied up, and he couldn't get to that puck off the rebound. Here's Thompson. Everett Thompson. Sends it over. But Colton fanned on the shot. Sent as far down as Thompson. And now back into the Prowlers' end, back to full strength. Schumacher up towards Federley, gets through him, back to Colton in the Rockers' end. Colton, D-to-D, tipped up by Suffredini, and it lands at Thompson's stick. Thompson being worked over by Minnie. Back to Colton, walks in, shoots, and he missed it wide left. That one gets through Suffredini at the line. Curls away from Weber. Sends it back towards his own bench. Now Thompson. Walking in, Gaudet, backhander. Hit, that got Rodrigue in the mask. Schumacher lifts it high towards Ulmer. That missed everyone, but linesmen say it was deflected, so we play on. Tip back, here come the Rockers. Shot blocked by Schumacher. Rebound pushed back into the middle. And now 3-on-2 for the Prowlers. Foley gives to Vartiainen, but he couldn't handle it. Now Devony moves up the wall, but Johnson forced out of the zone. Alex Johnson turning up towards Foley. Stepping by. Foley in front. Vartiainen, backhand save. Rebound. It's loose. Still loose there. And now worked out of the zone. Larry Vartiainen with a spinning backhand. But Trevor Babin up to the task. Foley trying to find a teammate, couldn't. Worked back out to center again. Johnson towards his own bench while his team was changing. That could have been dangerous as far as the too many men on the ice call is concerned. But nothing doing there. Contrado, backhand, long shot on Rodrigue. Gloved and held. With 14:51 to go in the second period, we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the Prowlers YouTube channel. back here at Big Boy Arena. Prowlers still holding a 1-0 lead over the Motor City Rockers. .14:51 to go in the second. Danik Rodriguez having himself a spectacular debut so far. 22 saves in just over a period of work, period 5:09 of work. Face off won by the Rockers. Contrado lines it up for the point, and that one deflected over top of the net. That was Thompson who got a stick on it. Graham takes Gaudette into the wall. Now Elias Thompson helping out Gaudette, comes back out. Everett Thompson's shot stopped by Rodriguez, and he'll hold it. And a little bit more pushing and shoving. Well, that's how you create a rivalry, right? A little pushing and shoving after the whistle. A little bit of chirping. And I'm sure by the end of this season, these teams are not going to like each other. They already don't seem to like each other all that much. 15 more meetings between these two after this one. They will be seeing a lot of each other for sure. Merritt lining up with Lambden in the draw. One back by Merritt. Schumacher gives it away in the corner, but Makema couldn't do anything with the puck. Merritt trying to start a break for the Prowlers. Sam Merritt taking it himself, takes the shot, rising over top of the net. Graham keeps it in the zone. Matt Graham working behind the net. Now Jay tried the sharp angle shot. Ready for it was Babbitt, and then Johnson rips the rebound over high. Delayed penalty against the Rockers coming. Prowlers getting the extra attacker out. It's Austin Federley. Federley, wrist shot, gloved by Babin, and we'll get the call. It's a slashing penalty coming. And let's see who they got. It looks like they got Cade Lambden. Prowlers going to send out Devony, Foley, Merritt, Federley, and Schumacher on the power play. Gaudette, Reeder, and Colton out there. One more Rocker, I believe that's Suffredini. I'll confirm as soon as I can. Yes, it is Dante Suffredini. In front, Merritt, that one blocked, and now Devony curls it back. They got Merritt in that bumper spot. It was a good pass to him, but good block by Colton. The Rockers lift it high and out. Federley behind his own net, coming out. Toss to Merritt. Now Devony into the zone. Merritt first on it. Works it around towards Foley. And now Schumacher at the point. Federley, wrist shot, and another one into the glove of Trevor Babin. Babin with his 16th save, according to the stat sheet on the Federal Hockey League website. Graham, Vartiainen, Jay, Johnson, and Ulmer out there now for the Prowlers, but it's Ross Bartlett taking that puck off the tie-up in the draw and sending it all the way down. Johnson. Rip up towards Graham, and now Ulmer. Wrist shot missed wide. Babbitt may have gotten a piece of it with a glove. Jay, back to the point, Ulmer. Here's Johnson. Holding on, gives to Jay, Vartiainen in the slot. Couldn't get that shot through, and now Graham taken down. No call, he was wrestling with, looked like Rotondi. Meanwhile, puck squirts back to Prowler ice. Johnson, Vartiainen reels that pass in, comes into the zone. Larry Vartiainen tried to cross outside, lost the puck, and Rotondi Sends it all the way back down. Just only as far as Johnson at center. 20 seconds left on the penalty. Vartiainen shoved down by Thompson at center ice. It's Everett Thompson with the hit. As Foley enters the zone. Drop to Federley, fresh off the bench. Federley, big hit on Rotondi in the corner. Parsons, as teams now playing five-a-side again. Federley tried to feather it all the way across towards Devony, couldn't do it. Joe Devony first on it. Foley, down low Federley, tried to put it out in front. Babin hugged the post. Foley got his stick up high, and he doesn't like that call. But it's going to be a high sticking penalty against Evan Foley. And just as the Prowlers end their power play, they'll head on to the penalty kill. With 11:24 to go in the second period. It looks like Cade Lambden is headed to the Motor City dressing room. I'm not sure if he got an extra penalty or something like that, but he was gesturing to the referee as if to say 4 minutes when I come back out. So I wonder if that means he got some kind of 10-minute misconduct, or if he's just alerting the referees that he's not on the ice. Nothing up on the live stats right now as far as an extra penalty for Cade Lambden. Lambden just the 2 minutes for slashing that the Rockers have already killed off. So it's Evan Foley, 2 minutes for high sticking with 11:24 to go in the second period, and the Prowlers holding on to a 1-0 lead. Oh, now they're giving they give Foley 4 minutes actually. So it said 2 minutes on the website, but now they put it up on the big board here, and it's a 4-minute double minor for high sticking to Evan Foley. Big opportunity for the Rockers, but first here's one for Ulmer. His shot sticked away by the Rockers defense. Graham causing disruption in the zone, trying to get back to Ulmer. Ulmer can't find it in his feet. Now Rockers move back the other way. Good 30 seconds or so killed off by Ulmer and Graham in the Rockers' end. And once again, puck out of the Prowlers' zone. Contrado, toss up towards Oleshkin. He tried to move, and we have a delayed penalty coming. And Prowlers are going to be called again. And we got Hainsel getting into it in the corner with Alekin. A couple of Eastern Europeans battling it out, and I wonder what language they might be talking in. Alekin from Russia, Hainsel from the Czech Republic. And it's Matt Graham heading to the Prowlers penalty box right now. He is not happy with that call. Hainsel maybe thought the penalty was on him. I don't think it is. That penalty was being called before he got into it. And it is Matt Graham's number 51 up on the board for 2 minutes. And it will be a full 2-minute 5-on-3 for the Motor City Rockers. And you talk about an opportunity. And now Adam Hainsel is being escorted to the penalty box. Meanwhile, Artem Alekin stands on the Motor City bench. The referee's explaining all this to Everett Thompson and Dustin Heading. 3 Prowlers in the box and no Rockers. So an extended 5-on-3 looks to be upcoming either way here. The referees are not taking Alekin from the bench, so it looks like Hainsel picks up the only penalty from that skirmish. 10:38 to go in the second period, and the Prowlers are going to need a big PK here. They start with Jay, Schumacher, and Heading. Jay lines up with Makima, and Makima wins the faceoff. Here's Contrado walking in, shooting. He missed it wide. Heading can only get as far as the hash marks. Now it's worked back in front, poked off of Bartlett's stick, kept in. Win shot, blocker saved by Rodrigue, and Jay gets it all the way down. Rockers moving back in. Minute 25 to go on Graham's penalty. And now Federley lost his stick, and an interference penalty coming against the Rockers. So we'll see some 4-on-3 hockey. How about that for game one? We're seeing it all. 5-on-4, 4-on-4, 5-on-3, and now we'll see a 4-on-3 power play for the Motor City Rockers. And the call goes against Derek Makima. This is Makima's first real hockey action since the 2017-18 season when he was at Salem State. Played 4 years there, 71 points in 98 games, and 122 penalty minutes. Makima also a Silver Stick champion. Of course, the Silver Stick held at championships, international championships, held at McMorran every single year. That's coming up in January. Prowlers always like to do something fun for that. We'll see what they come up with. Everett Thompson tried the cross pass, but Johnson read it and blocked it. Comes to Colton. Fake the drive, now curls back. Colton in the middle. Now over to Suffredini. Back to Colton, the one-timer. Rodrigue got it. Fairly chopped at it, and now here's Alex Johnson pulling up at his own blue line, and he'll get it deep. 40 seconds to go on Matt Graham's penalty. So here's Colton. Reeder across to Suffredini. Now back to Reeder. Colton takes the shot. That hit Thompson in front. Now Everett Thompson on the right half wall. Works back up to the point. Tried to slide it over for Colton. Merritt got his stick in the lane. Thompson has it again. Trying to push it in front. He did, but nobody home for the Rockers. 5 seconds left on Graham's penalty. He's set to come out. Now 5-on-4. Suffredini takes the wrist shot. Saved by Rodrigue. Minute 9 to go on Foley's penalty. Work back out. Colton. Wrist shot from the point. Blocked by Graham. Coming through the slot. And Matt Graham starts a two-a-side rush. Losing a stick with Suffredini, but got the puck away from Graham. And now Heading takes Gaudette in. And that's a tall task, with Gaudette being listed at 6'2", 223 pounds. 4-on-4 hockey for the next 4 seconds. As set to come out of the box is Makima. Now Heading. Bartlett cut that up the wall. Klauston shoots, saved by Rodrigue. Coming all the way out of his crease. Now Rodrigue gives a shot towards Klauston. Oh boy, Vaughn Klauston had a great chance. And now Minnie throwing punches at Elias Thompson behind the net. Minnie and Thompson wrestling. Minnie was feeding him shots right at the beginning of this fight. Now they're just wrestling. Minnie trying to get that hand free again. Helmet comes off for Gino Minnie, and the referees get involved. And all this extracurricular might overshadow what was a fantastic save from Danik Rodrigue. He had Vaughn Klauston walking right down Main Street, and he stepped up at the top of his crease to make a huge save. And then you had player barreling in, and now Gino Minnie playing up for the crowd as he heads to the penalty box to join Evan Foley. Foley coming out in 26 seconds. They had a rocker barrel into Rodrigue, and then Gino Mini grabbed the first rocker he could find and started feeding him punches, and that unfortunate soul was Elias Thompson. Gino Mini listed at 6'4", 215, a big boy for this Prowlers club, and we know that he is not shy to drop the mitts, and we saw it right there. We'll sort it out, and we'll be right back. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the Prowlers YouTube page. Back here at Big Boy Arena, Prowlers still holding on to a 1-0 lead and almost through this penalty kill gauntlet. It was a full 2-minute 5-on-3, well, at least it was at the start. That turned into a 4-on-3 after a penalty for interference to Derek Makima. Now we're back to 5-on-4 with Evan Foley set to come out in 26 seconds. You just saw a fight between Gino Mini and Elias Thompson. And here come the Rockers trying to get back in, tie this game up near the end of their power play. They can't get into the zone. Final 10 seconds ticking off. Ulmer takes it, and that should kill off a huge kill for the Port Huron Prowlers. And a huge momentum booster for them as the Rockers unable to take advantage of a prime opportunity to tie this game. Foley fresh out of the box, attacks Rotondi. Comes back to the point, heading, tried to get it on goal, didn't get all the way there. Rockers move out. That pass missed Gaudette, goes all the way down for an icing.
Laundry list of penalties. Port Huron penalty number 62, Gino Mini, 2-minute minor for roughing. Port Huron number 39, the goalie, 2-minute minor for roughing, 5-minute major for fighting. Prowlers number 62, 2 minutes roughing.
So they give Derek Rodrigue a roughing penalty on it, but they also give a matching one to Thompson. So those cancel out. Here's Vartiainen, backdoor, they score! It's Joe Devony again on the beautiful feed from Larry Vartiainen. It's 2-0 Prowlers.
Motor City number 8, Elias Thompson, 2-minute minor for roughing, 5-minute major for fighting. Motor City number 94.
Some tic-tac-toe passing from the Port Huron Prowlers, and once again, it's Joe Devony on the other end of it. He's got 2 in this game, and the Prowlers, fresh off of that big penalty kill, have doubled their lead. And it looks like the off-ice officials put an extra goal up on the board. We'll take a second to sort that out. Now we're back to 2. Not yet 3, but the Prowlers hoping to get there quickly. Face off won by Graham. Now Johnson. Flip pass up towards Jay. Knocked down and cleared by the Rockers. Working in is Reeder, but he had a couple of Prowlers around him. Johnson gets it out momentarily. Poked back out to center again. Wynn circles back to his own end. Jay takes that errant pass. Dalton Jay trying to take on the whole Motor City team by himself. Takes the shot, Babin the save, and he gathers in the rebound. 6:22 to go in the second period. Prowlers with a 2-0 lead. And Cade Lambden returning back to the Rockers bench from the locker room. Face off one back. Johnson rips it, and it's blocked by Everett Thompson. Johnson tried to pinch to keep it deep, couldn't do so. Schumacher first on it back in his own end. Frank Schumacher hassled by Bartlett. Schumacher muscles him off and gets the puck to Johnson. Alex Johnson up to Graham. Assistant coach to head coach. Now pushed across to Jay, cycles down low to Graham. He lets it go through him. Worked up to the left wing side. Hainsel in deep to keep it in. Forced back out to center. Henning gonna put it right back in. That's the Federley line coming back out with Weber and Ulmer. Rockers just satisfied for a slow exit, and here they go. Pushed in towards Bartlett. No help, so he takes a sharp angle shot, saved by Rodrigue. And unable to get a stick on the rebound was Reeder. Pushed down low, blocked, and bouncing over the stick of Reeder. That one looked like it hit Weber on the way through. And unfortunately for Reeder, he had a backdoor play. Puck bounced over his stick, and now that one goes out of play as it hit one of the big fans on the ceiling here at Big Boy Arena. So the Prowlers survive a bit of a scare there, but they'll have to defend a face-off to Danik Rodrigue's left. Parsons coming out to join Schumacher. And that's the only change for the Prowlers on this whistle. Ulmer taking the draw, but it's one back to Colton. Suffredini steps up, shoots. That one hit the netting, out of play. Now the Devony, Foley, Vartiainen line comes out for Port Huron. And we're looking to see if Gino Mini's allowed to come out. Elias Thompson has already left the penalty box. Well, it looks like they might have given... No, they tell Thompson he's got to go back. Headed out a bit too early. It's opening night for everyone, including the off-ice officials. Still working out the kinks a little bit. Face-off down, under 5 to play here in the second period. Vartiainen couldn't get it out on his first attempt. Parsons going to try the other side. Schumacher, one touch back to his defense partner. Now Devony. To Vartiainen, kicks it up to his stick. Couldn't control it cleanly, and now Devony gets it deep. Colton behind the Rockers' net. Takes the pass back. Now moves up to Suffredini. Dante Suffredini tried to flip in, and offsides is the call. Dante Suffredini upset with the linesman here. Although it sounded like he was talking about a potential penalty. That's not the linesman's job. But either way, we'll step out. 4:23 to go in the second period. Prowlers with a 2-0 lead here in Fraser. back here at Big Boy Arena. Face off just outside the Prowler zone after out offsides by the Rockers. 2-0 Prowlers with 4:20 to go in the second period. Worked up, got through Colton. So he'll have to recollect deep in his own end. Forced back deep by Graham. Jay in front. Merritt couldn't get a stick on it. Set back around to the right wing side. Graham coming in with a big hit. Shot from the point by Schumacher, steered to the corner by Babin. Pass all the way across, comes to the point to Heading. That chip pass just too far ahead of Alekin. So Schumacher sends it all the way up, deflected in by Graham, and he'll make a change. Rockers trying to spring a break. Here's Reeder in alone, and he couldn't get a shot away. And once again, Rodriguez hit, and he's down again. Brad Reeder came in all alone, tried to make a move, tried to pull it back to his forehand, and wasn't able to. And the training staff coming back out for the Prowlers for the second time to tend to Danik Rodrigue. It was an A+ opportunity for Brad Reeder to score the first goal in Motor City Rockers history. But unable to get back to his forehand, and as he was coming by, Rodrigue out of his crease, and that caused the collision. Rodrigue back to his feet. And he'll stay in again. Tough guy, that Danik Rodrigue. Taking a couple of hits today. And he's made all the saves he's had to. Still 2-0 Prowlers. 3:27 to go in the second. Right now, official shots 28-21 in favor of the Rockers. Johnson has it taken away in the slot. Big save by Rodrigue, and he gets the rebound too. And more rough stuff after the whistle back in the corner. Couple of Prowlers, couple of Rockers there. Federley was backing out into the slot with Everett Thompson. They're still wrestling. Thompson threw a punch at Federley. They're sending Thompson. Will they send Federley? Meanwhile, Lambden is wrapped up with a Prowler behind the net. That's Austin Weber. Looks like Federley headed to the box now. Everett Thompson doesn't really want to go, but the referee's going to make him head there anyway. As we're getting things situated. A lot of post-whistle rough stuff so far in this game. And that's how you build a good rivalry. These two teams see each other 16 times this season, and this is just the first. They'll face each other 2 more times this weekend. Tomorrow, the Prowlers home opener, starting at 7:05 at McMorran. And then on Saturday, once again at McMorran, that one also a 7:05 start. Heading and Clausen, the team representatives at the referee circle as they figure things out. We have 3 Prowlers in the box and 3 Rockers. Looks like Minnie and Elias Thompson still in there from their earlier fight, and now Dakota Ulmer entering the sin bin. And it looks like maybe 5-on-4. Nope, 5-a-side hockey. So all these penalties cancel out. 4 Prowlers, 3 Rockers in their respective penalty boxes, and it all cancels out to 5-a-side hockey. Prowlers with 4. Now they send Sam Gagnon out there. Little used today. Birthday boy Sam Gagnon. He turns 27 today. Now he gets another opportunity. Listed as the extra forward on the lineup tonight. And now we're ready to go. Tied up, and now Devony forces it around his net. Parsons high off the glass. Now Brian Parsons going to take it himself. Up to Devony, just out of his reach. Doesn't go far enough for icing. So Rotondi has to deal behind his own net. Moved up to Gaudette. Trying to get into the zone. Gagnon upended. Parsons trying to force it out. Instead it goes deep. Bartlett in the slot. Saved by Rodrigue on the one-time chance for Derek McIma. Danik Rodrigue adding to his highlight reel tonight. He stopped a few from the middle of the ice and kept the Rockers off the board through a period and just over 17 minutes. Now linesmen discussing with the off-ice officials in the scorer's booth. And we may be finding out if Gino Mini gets out now. So down to 2 Rockers in their penalty box. Still 4 Prowlers, but Gino Mini up. And it's possible that he might get out. And once again, Henning and Clouston to listen into the referee's conversation and get word back to their teams. And here comes Gino Mini back to the bench. And some stick taps from his teammates as he gets back there. .242 to go in the second period. Face-off one back, but through everyone. That was Reeder. The Rockers have to regroup in their own end. Moved across center. Alekin. Bounced off the boards. Hainsel steps in front of him. And now here's Jay trying to force it up towards Merritt. Deflected. That pass also deflected by Merritt. Now Schumacher backhands it in deep. Rockers try a long pass up. Schumacher gets down to block it. Had some trouble controlling the puck afterward. And Cardinal gets it in deep. Takes a hit from Hainsel as he does so. Rockers make some changes on the move. And now Schumacher. Bounce off the boards, tried to lead Hainsel. He gets a stick on it to poke it into the Rockers' end, but only momentarily. 2-on-1. Makima hit by Schumacher coming back, and now Foley behind the defense. Couldn't catch up to that pass, but he has it behind the net. Trying to force it in front. Merritt, it was in his skates. Now Jay keeps it, turnaround shot. Blocker saved by Babin. Out of the zone, but Mini trying to push it back in. Can't do so. It comes back near the Prowlers line. Johnson, this side, Vartiainen takes the shot off of Contrado's stick. Try to be forced back towards the goal. That was Devony looking for the hat trick. He's got the only 2 goals tonight. Vartiainen tried to put it in front. Gaudette, only one there for Motor City. Johnson backhands it high and in as we hit the final minute of play. Johnson cuts off that home run pass, and now Vartiainen into the zone. He's got Johnson breaking, gets it to him, and Alex Johnson couldn't get that one on goal. Bartlett on the 2-on-2 rush with Reeder. Reeder curls back, looks for help off the bench. He finds it. Suffredini back door. Oh, what a save by Danik Rodrigue! In a game where he's had some good ones, that might be his best, stretching post to post to rob Josh Colton. Danik Rodrigue with highway robbery as that pass came to the back post. Josh Colton was maybe a foot out of the crease, and Danik Rodrigue gets his glove on the puck and secures it and keeps the Rockers off the board. Face-off tied up, forced forward by the Prowlers. Now Jay tries to get out of the zone. Second chance opportunity, he gets it. Merritt holds up, waits for help. Tries to get it to Jay, cut off. Now Reeder trying to move up the other way. Here's Colton. 14 seconds left in the period, but the Rockers are offside. 12.3 on the clock. In the middle frame, Prowlers holding a 2-0 lead. Both teams getting some changes in. Face-off one back by Everett Thompson. Gets it to Elias Thompson. He kicks it deep. Ulmer with 5. Goes around. Parsons tried to go off the glass. Actually hit Federley instead. And that will do it for 40 minutes of play here from Big Boy Arena. The Port Huron Prowlers leading the Motor City Rockers 2-0. A little bit of extra conversation between Austin Federley and Cade Lambton. Lambton seems to be involved with a lot of his former teammates. So far in this game, he's had some conversations with Matt Graham, but they're separated, and we'll head to the locker rooms. 2-0 Prowlers here in Fraser. And it's Joseph Devony's second goal of the game, the only one of that second period that gave the Prowlers the 2-0 lead. A beautiful pass by Larry Vartiainen to set it up, and a tap-in for Joe Devony. And we thought we had a tap-in here just moments ago on the other end, but Josh Colton absolutely robbed by Danik Rodrigue, stretching post to post. He got it with the glove. We'll have some more intermission analysis for you coming up in just a few minutes, but first, we'll tell you about the Prowlers' next home game. Make sure you secure your seats for the Prowlers' next home game as they take on the Motor City Rockers tomorrow with puck drop at McMorran Place, scheduled for 7:05 p.m. Tickets are available at phprowlers.com/tickets or by calling the box office at 810-985-6166. That's online at phprowlers.com/tickets or by phone at 810-985-6166. We'll be right back. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the Prowlers YouTube page. back here at Big Boy Arena, just getting set for the third period, just about 6 minutes away from now. Let's take a look around the FPHL. One other game going on tonight. It is an exhibition game. It will not count towards the standings. And it is between the Mississippi Seawolves and the Columbus River Dragons down in Georgia. And the Seawolves right now, early in the third period, or late in the third period, they're just counting down the final seconds of that one. 6-3, Mississippi leading Columbus. Again, that is an exhibition game and has no bearing on the standings for this season. But you know, it does have a bearing on the standings for this season. This game right here at Big Boy Arena that we have between the Prowlers and the Motor City Rockers, the inaugural Battle of I-94, the I-94 rivalry, whatever you want to call it. And it's been a good one so far. Joe Devony has both goals for the Port Huron Prowlers, one in the first, one in the second. And Danik Rodrigue has been absolutely fantastic in net. He's taken some shots physically from a couple of Rockers. He's had some guys running into him, into his crease, and he was down a couple of times, had to talk to the training staff, but both times able to get back up and continue playing, and he's made some fantastic saves. Couple of point blank opportunities, a few guys walking down the slot, he makes the save, but the cherry on top, the best save so far tonight for Danik Rodrigue came in the final minute of that second period when he absolutely robbed Josh Colton, who received a cross crease pass on the back door with the glove, and that sent gasps all around Big Boy Arena. 850 fans taking in this game, and we're happy to have you all on the broadcast stream. We hope to see many of you at McMorran Place tomorrow for the Prowlers home opener. These two teams will do battle again, and it will be the Prowlers home opener, also playing on Saturday at 7 o'clock. Both games starting at 7 o'clock. Prowlers and Rockers, this rivalry getting started early. Prowlers and Rockers playing each other 2 of the first 3 weekends that they are underway. Next weekend, looking ahead, Prowlers have the Carolina Thunderbirds in town, and then the weekend after that, another game here at Big Boy Arena. It's about 3.5 minutes to go until we're set to drop the puck for the third period. We will be right back. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the Prowlers YouTube page. teams hitting the ice for the third period of play, final 20 minutes of regulation. Prowlers holding on to that 2-0 lead courtesy of 2 Joe Devony goals. And Danik Rodrigue has made 30 saves so far officially. Prowlers have 22 shots on Trevor Babin. Well, we talked about it at the top of the show. Trevor Babin is a much better goaltender than his numbers suggested from last year. And he showed tonight it's been very tough to beat him. Prowlers have had a number of grade A scoring chances, and it's taken Joe Devony a pass from below the goal line to the slot and a one-time shot, and then a backdoor pass to beat Trevor Babin. And Rockers have yet to figure out what it takes to beat Danik Rodrigue. So 2-0 Prowlers as we head into the third period. Both teams filling up the penalty sheet, and what more would you expect from a future rivalry here in the state of Michigan? The I-94 rivalry is in full swing. Battle for I-94, whatever you want to call it, in full swing as the Prowlers and the Rockers set to go for third period action. It's the Ulmer, Federley, Weber line with Schumacher and Henning for the Prowlers, and Derek Makima's line starts for Motor City. Underway here in the third period, sent deep into the Prowlers' end. Lambden first on it. Cade Lambden has had a lot of run-ins with his former teammates here so far as that shot blocked away to the corner. Now Weber trying to dance through center. He's stepped up on by Ross Bartlett. Schumacher into the zone, and that one right into Babin's catching glove. And Ulmer looked for an extra shot, extra tap at that puck. He took a shot from Von Clouston, and Clouston's gonna go. It looks like they're just taking Clouston, so an early power play for the Prowlers. Start this second period, just 26 seconds in. Joe Devony lining up on right wing to start this power play. He has 2 goals, looking for his third. He'll be joined by Sam Merritt, Evan Foley, Frank Schumacher, and Austin Federley. Federley moving up to forward this year, but he still plays defense on the power play. Federley, slap pass over towards Devony. Couldn't reach it, but Foley recovers in the corner from his backside. Gets that out to the point, tapped over to Devony. He tried to dangle around Reeder, but couldn't. And now Reeder gets it all the way down. Schumacher working through the neutral zone, gets him with speed. Foley trying to take it away from Wynn, who rims it around. Devony back to the top, Federley. Wrist shot, save Babin, no rebound. Merritt and Foley in front, searching for a loose puck, but Trevor Babin has it locked up. Prowlers both teams changing their special teams units. Bartiainen, Graham, and Jay with Johnson and Ulmer. Ulmer, the man who drew this penalty, to get the power play going. Jay working on 2 Rockers, and Motor City wins that one. Sends it all the way down towards Rodrigue. Here's Johnson, backhand pass to Bartiainen. Cross crease dump goes off of Babin and into the corner. Couple Prowlers battling there. It's forced out to center with 54 seconds to go in the penalty. Worked up to Graham. He drops it off. Jay enters the zone, picks up the puck. Jay back to the point. Ulmer over to Johnson. Back to the point. Ulmer. That pass went off the boards around Jay. Graham tried to force it in front, couldn't get Bartiainen, and now Bartlett waits and gets it deep. 27 seconds to go in the power play for the Prowlers. 2 shots so far on it. Now Parsons trying to go across to Merritt. That pass tipped up in the air. work back to Win. He'll get it over to Contrado, sends it all the way back down, and that will kill off the remaining time on the power play. Devony moves through center, gets it in, and goes to get it himself. Joe Devony putting Win into the boards, but Clouston first on it, lifted high and out. Landon and Hainsel going for it, and Hainsel is going to get a penalty. And now another big hit in the corner. A crowd gathers. Adam Hainsel was already getting a penalty, likely an interference penalty, as he took out Landon when they were both chasing the puck. We'll see if any more comes out of this scrum in the corner. Right now it's just Hainsel heading to the box. See if there's anything extra or just a 2-minute call. Now looks like they gave Hainsel an extra 2, so he's going to get 4 minutes. The Prowlers going to have to kill off their second double minor of this game. Let you know when the official calls come through. My prediction is interference and roughing. We'll find out if that's what the referees got. Prowlers back to the penalty kill. Work back to the Safadini. They give him cross-checking and roughing, so 1 for 2 ain't bad for me. Meanwhile, here come the Rockers. Turnaround shot from the sidewall, stopped by Rodrigue. That one comes out to Ulmer. That one easily a one-time blast down the ice. Makina trying to force it in front. Turning with it, Elias Thompson, another save for Rodrigue on a shot from those sideboards. Elias Thompson trying to pick the corner from the goal line. Instead it goes up and out of play, and a souvenir coming. .3:11 to go on the penalty to Hainsel. It's a double minor, 2 separate penalties. 1 for cross-checking, 1 for roughing. 16:27 to go here in the third period, 2-0 Prowlers lead. Jay takes it off the draw and he'll skate it himself. Dalton Jay stepping around Clouston. Here's Jay on the backhand, and he missed it wide. Dalton Jay always dangerous on the PK. Had 4 shorthanded goals last year. That tied for the league lead. Clouston turning back with it. He'll slow down behind his own net. 42 seconds to go in the first penalty to Hainsel, as Landon slips on the new ice, freshly Zamboni'd. Schumacher puts his man down, and Weber gets the clear. Clouston force it up. Now here's Foley. Could have had a breakaway, but it wasn't moving. Now Schumacher shoots, saved by Babin, and he'll hold on. Evan Foley heads into the crease, but no more coming from that. If Evan Foley was ready for that pass and heading the other way, he could have had a breakaway, but still a good scoring chance for the Prowlers on the PK. 2:17 to go for Hainsel in the box. Once the Prowlers kill off that first 17 seconds, they'll be down to 1 minor penalty. If the Rockers score on that second one, then Hainsel will be set free. Win, cross to the right wing side, now work back to the left wing. Contrado trying to move in. That was close to offsides, but they kept it on. Working to the left wing corner. Henning working over his man. Now back to the point, Reeder walks the line, Gets to the center, one-time blast saved by Rodrigue. As Cardinal looking for his first goal. 1:45 to go on Hainzel's penalty. 15:01 to go in the third. Comes back to the point, Win. Worked across Contrado in the center of the center point. Comes all the way over back for Win. Contrado again. Held that line up a shot, instead goes deep. Look behind the net to Reeder. Drives Reeder to the top to Win. Tried to give it over to Contrado. Those two weren't on the same page, and Ulmer gets there first to get it down. Reeder moving up with speed, minute 7 to go on the Rockers power play. Drops to Contrado. Now back to Reeder again. Into the zone to Gaudet. Rimmed all the way around, first on Elias Thompson. Battle behind the net, Schumacher and Reeder now two aside behind the net. Gaudet gets in there to help. Graham in there for the Prowlers along with Schumacher. Puck squirts free just momentarily. Chopped at by Graham, comes out to the point. Contrado. Over to Reeder. Backdoor pass. Poked away by Parsons. Now towards the net, they score! Brad Reeder on the redirect on the back door. It's a power play goal and the Rockers are on the board. It's 2-1. So the 4-minute double minor for Adam Hainzel hurts the Prowlers, and their lead is cut in half. As the first goal in Rockers history looks like it's going to go to Brad Reeder. He had the redirect in the crease. Mini, poked in by Vartiainen. Now Colton, behind his own net directing traffic. Suffredini moves it up. That goes all the way in, icing waved off. Cade Lambden first on the puck. Foley behind his own net. Worked in front, puck loose in the crease, and that didn't go. Shot from the point, they score! Derek Makima, two quick ones for the Rockers, and they've tied things up here in the third. Derek Makima's blast from the point that got it done. We have a 2-all game. Well, the scoreboard above center now says 5-2. Rockers fans are loving that. That's not the correct score. Now it says 7. We're going the wrong direction here on the scoreboard. Now we're back to 2. 13:10 to go in the third period, a 2-all game. Parsons off the boards behind the net towards Hainzel. He couldn't handle it. Now here is Adam Hainzel poking ahead towards Ulmer. It's worked into the Rockers zone. Cardinal deflects that back into Prowler territory. Now Parsons. Over to Weber. Cross-ice pass towards Federley. 2-on-2 rush. Drops to Ulmer. Ulmer didn't get all of that one. Babin easily steers to the side. So it's Makima from Everett Thompson and Cade Lambden, the tying goal here. As Ulmer throws a body, and the Rockers get it deep. Parsons comes out from behind his own cage. Now he'll skate through center. Ryan Parsons in right on Babin. Poke to the corner. Out, and here's Parsons, D to D to Schumacher, cross-ice dump. And Jay couldn't get that bouncing puck to stay down for him. Graham working in the corner, trying to feed it in front. Nobody home for the Prowlers. Graham trying to force it through Contrado, couldn't. Now the Rockers on the rush the other way. Contrado lost at the line. Merritt tried to throw a hit, completely missed. Rockers were offside. It was a delayed offsides call, and finally they touch up. And the Rockers unhappy about something right now, possibly that offsides call, but we'll step out. 2-2 our score from Big Boy Arena with 11:35 to go in the third. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the Prowlers YouTube page. Back here at Big Boy Arena, a 2-2 score, 2 early goals from the Rockers. Officially, they come in at 35 seconds apart, have tied this game up. Prowlers with an offensive zone opportunity. Now Vartiainen on the backhand, trying to make his way towards the net. Goes around behind the cage towards Devony. Now up, Henning keeps it in, but only momentarily. Rockers with a 3-on-2 rush if they hurry. Makima, the tying goal scorer, rims it around. Sent towards the net, saved by Rodrigue, and the rebound poked at and covered by Danik Rodrigue. 11:10 on the clock. Over center ice at Big Boy Arena. Prowlers tied with the Rockers 2-2. Prowlers took a 2-0 lead into this third period with 2 quick goals by Motor City. Has made a 2-all game. Schumacher tried to get to Vartiainen. He was challenged by Colton. Battle in the corner. Devony tried to poke it out, couldn't do it. Now Devony knocks it down and starts the rush. Joe Devony pushed it towards the corner. Now he gets it himself. Worked back to the left wing side. Henning on the pinch, keeps it in. Schumacher also keeps it in on a good defensive pinch, and now the Prowlers will do a 5-a-side change. Suffredini trying to move it up to Alekin. He took a slash from Weber. Play continues. Suffredini, cross-ice pass. Reeder trying to get it in. Now here's Ulmer. Federley on the break. Spinorama tried to send it to the middle. Nobody there. Goes back down deep. Johnson and Cardinal collapse on the puck. Alex Johnson pokes it back into the Rockers' end. Rimmed around. Minnie keeps it in. Behind the Rockers' cage again. Partial change here for the Prowlers. Johnson put that pass in Jay's feet. Now Minnie puts it in around the net. Babin leaves it for his defense. Worked back out. Now Minnie sends it back in. Little ping pong hockey here. That one comes all the way down for an icing. Rockers having a little bit of trouble getting out of their own end over the last couple of minutes. And we will take a quick timeout. 9:20 to go here at Big Boy Arena. Prowlers and Rockers knotted up at 2. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the Prowlers YouTube page. $9:20 to go in a tied third period here at Big Boy Arena. Will Wiggleman here with you as Prowlers and Rockers battling it out for the first time. First of 16 times. Shot from the point. Deflected. Saved by Babbitt. Heinzel unloaded right off the draw. And it looked like it was Sam Merritt that got a piece of that. Trevor Babbitt had to trap it and cover up. Rockers, getting in some last-minute changes before the puck drop. Tied up and worked around to the near side. Contrado. Up towards Elias Thompson. Rodrigue backhands it, gave it away. Back door. Puck's up in the air. Where is it? And the Prowlers take it back. Heinzel lost his helmet. He went straight to the bench. Finally, Prowlers able to get it out after some tense moments in front of their own net after Rodrigue gave the puck away. Here is Rodrigue with a pad save back to the corner. Gaudette gets his own rebound, taken in by Vartiainen. Worked around towards Schumacher, out of his reach. Now he backhands it up the boards to Jay. Dalton Jay lost it. And now Schumacher takes it in himself. Pass across. Here's Jay trying to make a move. Back door, and Jay wasn't ready for it. Jay with it again. Poked off his stick and not kept in by Alex Johnson. And now Johnson gets dropped after taking that shot. He walked in offsides, took the shot on goal, and looked like Makima took exception to that. $8:10 to go in the third period. 2-2 our score as Foley and Reeder line up for the face-off. Doubt, here's Wynn. Flipped into the zone. Johnson takes it behind his own net. Alex Johnson up to Devony. Takes it in stride. Joe Devony trying to put some moves on. He's surrounded and has the puck stripped from him. Cardinal looking for a pass. Foley blocks it away. Devony in, tried the shot. Got deflected wide off of Rocker's stick. Puck worked back out to center. Minnie, D to Parsons. He gets it back. Gino Minnie gonna skate it himself. Long shot in. Babin, the glove save. He'll hold on with 7:21 to go. So since the Rockers have scored those 2 goals to tie things up, Prowlers have had a lot of great opportunities and really carried the pace of play, save for 1 or 2 chances for Motor City, but still unable to take the lead back. Parsons' shot blocked. Ulmer first out in the corner. Dakota Ulmer drops for Henning. Wrist shot steered away by Babin. Everett Thompson tried to get it up. Parsons' shot, save. Rebound, back door! Oh, and Ulmer just steered it wide. Dakota Ulmer had a chance on the back door and unfortunately just went wide. Rockers trying to move it up the other way. Here they come, and Everett Thompson gets into the zone. Now Henning takes a look and sends it deep towards Jay. He couldn't get to it. Rockers coming back in. Now saved by Rodrigue on that chance. The Danick Rodrigue stands tall and a chance on the right wing. He hugs his post. And it'll be a defensive zone face-off to his left in just a second. Makima and Graham to take it. Worked out, here's Merritt with Jay. Dalton Jay takes the shot, saved by Babin. He'll hold on. .6:10 to go here from Big Boy Arena. Prowlers will line up for an offensive zone draw. Graham lining up for it. He'll go up against Big Roman Gaudette. Wrist shot from the point goes wide. Schumacher keeps it in. Graham pokes it towards the net. Merritt couldn't get a stick on it. Gaudette trying to work up the wall. Matt Graham trying to take him in. Here's Jay, takes a shove, keeps the puck, put it in front. Couldn't find Merritt. Soft dump back into the Prowlers' end. Rockers make changes. Johnson moving up the wing himself. Here's Alex Johnson trying to get it deep, and he does. Merritt in the corner, gives to Jay. No look pass into the slot, nobody home. Rockers moving the other way. It's a 4-on-2 rush. Clouston tries the sharp angle shot, rows it over everything, and it comes out of the zone. Reeder lifts it high back in, gloved by Danick Rodrigue, and he'll hold on with 5:12 to go. Back to the point. Now Foley wraps it around to Devony. Vartiainen trying to find that pass, can't. And now Minnie back. Colton into the zone, fought off by Minnie. He'll wrap it around to the left wing side. Battle for it on the side wall. Reeder shoved by Henning. Dustin Henning takes the puck himself in the corner. Reeder trying to take it back from him. Henning up towards Devony. Puck comes out. And it goes back into Rocker territory. Dumped all the way back down. Icing is called against Motor City. Face-off back in Trevor Babin's end. He has made 33 saves tonight, holding the Prowlers to 2 goals and giving his team a chance to get back in the third period, which they have. It's a 2-2 game. Ulmer, second chance poke back to Parsons. Rising shot, and that one deflected just wide. Babin never saw it. Ulmer from the point. He'll wind and fire, blocked away. Fairly dumped in front of the net. Goes back, gives Gaudette a hit. And that one chopped out of the zone. Rodrigue all the way out to the faceoff dot to play it. That one hopped over Hainzel's stick. Rockers can't come in yet because they'd be offsides. Now they do. And Everett Thompson in. Thought he got high sticked. And no call coming, and we will take a timeout. 3:51 to go here in the third period between the Prowlers and the Rockers. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the Prowlers YouTube channel. Two-two game, under 4 to play here in the third period at Big Boy Arena. Will Wiggleman with you as the Prowlers and Rockers in a tight battle. Exactly what you'd like to see if you're a fan of rivalries. This one poked towards the net. Didn't get all the way to Rodrigue. Jay looks for the cross-ice pass. Goes in. Merritt beats out the icing. Merritt tried to wrap it in front. Didn't work. Contrato off the glass and out of his own end. Minnie moved up to Johnson. Backhand chip up to Graham. He's got Jay going to the net. Gives it to him. He scores! Dalton Jay backdoor gives the Prowlers a 3-2 lead with 3:22 to go. It started with the chip from Alex Johnson. An area pass to Matt Graham. Graham came in, picked up his head, saw Jay heading to the back door, and laid a perfect pass right on his tape. And the Prowlers take their lead back. It's 3-2, 3:22 to go in the third period. Devony moving forward off the draw to Vartiainen. Wrist shot deflected wide. Foley keeps it in. His shot towards the net blocked. Behind the net, Devony out in front. Vartiainen couldn't get a stick on it. Poked out of the zone. Rockers have numbers. Here's Makima on loan. Saved by Rodrigue. His biggest of the game. Vartiainen the other way. Under 3 to go. Drop. Devony a shot high. Off the boards. Here's Alekin, taken away by Ulmer. Weber one-hands it to Vartiainen. He gets in, dumps it deep, and heads off to complete the change. Ulmer turns back into the zone. Dakota Ulmer pulls up, looks towards the middle. His pass knocked away. Now here comes Alekin. Ulmer takes it behind his own net, tried to pass, turned into a dangle. Now Weber gets it deep. Prowlers heading off for changes. Line that just scored, Merritt, Graham, and Jay heading back onto the ice is Suffredini. Sends it up, under 2 to play here from Big Boy Arena. Colton to Suffredini. High up to the other side of the zone. That went over Gino Mini. That's tough to do. Brad Reeder sends it around. Jay gets it out. Into the zone, 90 seconds to play. Jay keeps it in, takes the shot. It's blocked. Foley trying to chop it back deeper. He does. Colton just gets it out of his own end. And Alex Johnson recollects in the Prowlers zone. Gives it away. Gaudet tried to pass across, but Devony with the good back check breaks up that pass. Back out of the zone, Contrado puts it right back in. Final minute of play here in the third period. Alex Johnson watches behind his own net. Now gives it to Schumacher, who's in his feet, but he's able to get it out. Contrado trying to get it back in. Babin still in his crease as Merritt pokes it ahead. Babin now out of his crease, not to go to the bench though for an extra attacker to play the puck. Now Bartlett into the zone, and he was offsides collecting that pass. 37.4 seconds on the clock. Prowlers with a 3-2 lead thanks to the late goal from Dalton J just a couple minutes ago. And it looks like we're gonna might have a timeout called here. No, just a slow change. So the Prowlers send Devony, Federley, and Ulmer onto the ice with Henning and Schumacher. You know Austin Federley, natural forward, but has plenty of experience as a defender. And now, timeout called by Gordy Brown and his staff. So let's take you through this game. From the beginning in the first period, it was Joe Devony on a pass from Austin Federley below the goal line, making it 1-0 Prowlers, and scoring the first official goal for the 2022-23 FPHL regular season. Then the second period, it was Joe Devony again tapping in a backdoor feed from Larry Vartiainen to make it a 2-0 Prowlers lead. But early in the third, the Rockers stormed back. Shot from the point was deflected home by Brad Reeder. He got a little backdoor tip, and that gave the Rockers some life. And then 35 seconds later, the Rockers tied it up when on a broken play, Derek Makima just wound up on a loose puck from just inside the blue line, beat Danik Rodriguez with lots of bodies in front of him, and that tied things up at 2. But just a few minutes ago, Matt Graham sent a nice feed across to Dalton J, who tipped it in on the back door, and that gave the Prowlers the 3-2 lead they have now with 37.4 seconds to go in the third period. Face off to the left of Trevor Babin. Dakota Ulmer to take it against Cade Lambden, and Lambden wins it. Contrado drops for win behind his own net. 30 seconds left. Fans screaming for the Rockers to move up. That one goes to Rodriguez. He's going to go for the empty net. Instead, it goes to the corner. Ulmer beats out the icing, and now Babin steers it to the corner. 16 seconds left. Devony with it behind the Rockers net. He's content to just keep it there. 10 seconds left. Federley and Devony battling away. Final 5 ticking off the clock. Maybe one last rush for Motor City. No, time runs out. And the Port Huron Prowlers have the first win of the 2022-23 FPHL season. They defeat the Motor City Rockers by a final score of 3-2. Dalton J with the game-winning goal late in the third period. And Danik Rodriguez, in his pro hockey debut, picks up the victory. He's currently credited with 40 saves in the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 3 stars of the game tonight. Your third star, Motor City number 21, Brad Ryder. Your second star, Port Huron number 57. And your first star, Port Huron number 92, Jay Dalton.
So Dalton J, the first star, Joe Devony, the second star, and Brad Reeder, the third star for the Motor City Rockers, as the Prowlers get this rivalry started right with a 3-2 win. Final shots right now, Motor City 42, the Prowlers 37, but where it matters, a 3-2 scoreboard for the Prowlers. One power play goal in this game. It belonged to the Rockers, and they got 2 early in the third to get themselves back in the game. But again, it's Dalton J with the dagger late to end this game and send the Prowlers faithful, who came down from Port Huron, saw a number of Prowlers jerseys and sweatshirts and hats in this arena. That's going to do it for me. Thanks so much for watching. For everyone here, the entire crew, I'm Will Wiggleman. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Tomorrow, the Prowlers face the Motor City Rockers at home. It's the opening night at McMorran Place. So for everyone here, Will Wiggleman signing off. Have a great rest of your evening, Prowlers fans.